And the last time we talked, he was in rehearsals. And now we've had opening night. Are you there, Doug?
Yes, hello, Sarah.
With standing ovation, wasn't there for you last night?
Yeah, it was crazy. I didn't realise I was getting told backstage to get back out there. So, yeah.
So how do you feel now that the opening night's over? How do you feel about that?
Oh, very good. Yeah, I'm pleased that it received such great feedback last night. Yeah, it's a strange feeling, but still plenty of shows to go, so I've got to keep up the energy.
Well, you did a fantastic job, Doug, last night. You just held everyone's attention from the moment you came out on stage, and I think the opening for me with you sort of whizzing around. I don't know. Tell me, how were you feeling when you first came out? How were you feeling with regards to coming out and seeing a theatre full of people?
Well, even prior to that, I was backstage waiting in the wings, and just to hear the crowd as they came in, the voices building, and you know that there's people out there, and you can feel when it's full. It's got a different sort of temperature in the theatre, and yeah, it's just a mix of sort of excitement, but also knowledge that you know exactly what needs to be done and to what level to do it at.
Well, you certainly achieved that, Doug. You just held everyone. That you could have heard a pin drop in there last night, apart from at the end when everyone was just madly clapping. So you've got how much longer for the play runs until when?
Well, we've got this evening, and then through Tuesday through to next Saturday.
Tuesday through to next Saturday. And you had a very special guest there last night too, a lady who flew in from America, didn't you?
Yes, Pat Furlong.
Yeah.
All the way from Ohio. So, it was great to have her over to speak at the opening night, and it just shows that the commitment some people have of they see something and just feel compelled to get on board and put their name to it.
So did you get a chance to chat to Pat at all after the show?
No, I didn't myself. I had a brief sort of chat with her, but no giant conversation. But
yeah.
I could hear from the theatre beforehand lots of clapping for her speech. So I'm sure everyone was sort of enthralled by her. She's a very captivating woman to be near.
Well, you never know, Doug. You could be heading off to America next. Taking the show to the States. Wouldn't that be exciting?
I think that's a funny thing, but anything's possible as we are humans.
That's exactly right. Absolutely. Well, I'm going to just now play a little bit of the feedback that we got from last night. We've got a few little interviews here, so I thank you so much for your time, Doug, and all power to you. It was just fabulous, and I hope you have a very good season. I'm sure you will. I think you'll get rave reviews, and I'm sure you'll get a lot of people coming to see the play because it's fantastic.
Thank you very much, Sarah, for all your support, and I hope people get out there and see it. Yeah.
Love your work, Doug. You have a great day.
You too, Sarah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Excuse me, do you mind if I ask you what you thought about the show? Is that all right? It will be put on radio tomorrow morning. Do you mind if I ask you what you thought about Propelled to talk on the...
Yeah?
Look, it was perhaps one of the most thought-provoking and most interesting shows I've seen in many years. While I'm not a play enthusiast, it was one that made you think just how people are treated. And yeah, we all have our obstacles in life, but our obstacles are not as bad as our neighbours.
What do you mean by that? Not as bad as our neighbours?
Well, we tend to always look at our own obstacles and say, oh, this is a major, major problem. How am I going to overcome it? But when you see people like Doug, you think that he's not only looked at his obstacle, he's not only identified, he's overcome, he's adapted, and he's triumphed. And it's very quite inspiring, I believe.
Supporting the community for over a quarter of a century. This is local Cairns FM 89.1.
Well, Avril, tell us a little bit about what your thoughts are and what you've just seen there with Propelled, with Doug Robbins.
Well, firstly, I must say, Doug struck me as a big spunk. Like, you know, I have seen him look good, but he looked really hot tonight. Like, I really liked his costume and his hair. And for some reason, he just looked super gorgeous. So, he was a bit of a star for me. But the inner landscapes of his mind, you know, that's what I thought I saw. The play allowed us to see all of, well, not all of, I'm sure, but a lot of corridors into somebody, into Doug, who's got Duchenne's muscular dystrophy, and, you know, a different experience for many of us on the planet, and that the corridors into that were so like corridors in me, you know, and corridors in other people I know. It was beautiful, really beautiful. The stars spinning at the end was really magical. Yeah, that's what I'm walking away with right now.
Corridors of the mind.
Corridors of the mind, spinning stars and a handsome Doug. Yeah, that's basically it.
You found us. Enjoy us. Local Cairns FM 89.1.
So, Kevin, you're a seasoned theatre goer, aren't you? Tell us a little bit about your experience having just seen that show of Propelled with Doug Robbins.
Well, I just was a real entree into his soul, into Doug's life, which must be an extraordinarily difficult life. But in seeing what I've just seen and experiencing it, I feel uplifted. And it was very well directed and produced, and it was a vehicle for Doug to tell his story, which I've just spoken to him a moment ago. He's come out to riotous applause from a satisfied audience or spellbound audience that he held as a one-man show for over an hour. And it just finished on a sense of sadness, a very great sense of future, and then some joy. And if you really think about Doug's life, his situation, the cage that he's in, to see him out there on stage is just awesome. Absolutely awesome. Everyone in Cairns should come and see him.